I strong-armed the board into this. Next.
You know, to be honest, I didn't spend too much time looking at this because I didn't think it was that big of a deal given the grand scheme of things that happened this week. But I personally don't care that much. But I do find it funny, Paul, that you care and that the Kennedys care, because no one in your party cared in 2020 when you guys were changing names of hospitals, parks, schools, streets, everything in the name of George Floyd. In fact, Wikipedia has an entire page called List of Name Changes Due to the George Floyd Protest. It is the longest Wikipedia page I've ever seen. So people who are up in arms about name changes now were mostly silent. The second point I'd make, I think it's really disingenuous for the Kennedys and for anyone to sit here and pretend like they care so much about the Kennedy Center, because I don't know how many of you guys have been to the Kennedy Center prior to Donald Trump taking office. I was there in 2023. I was in a VIP box. That should be pretty nice. The seats were stained. I literally sat down. I was like, is this wet? Is this fresh? The floors were dirty. This is a place that was decrepit. And all of this on top of people getting exorbitant salaries. So people who were running the Kennedy Center, or who claimed to love and care about the Kennedy Center, said nothing when it was falling into disrepair. And President Trump comes in. They are renovating. They cut salaries that were needlessly high. They are bringing people to come and see the arts for once. It was not that lively of an institution under the Biden administration. So don't pretend like you care about the Kennedy Center now when you were quiet when it was falling into disrepair.
Well, first thing, you refer to 2020 in the name of George Floyd. I think it wasn't just in the name of George Floyd.
Well, that's what the riots were about.
I think that this country had a racial reckoning, and they understood. Please let me finish, because I let you finish. They had a racial reckoning, and they understood that this country had done some things that were very unfair, especially to marginalized, especially to black people. And they were giving tributes and statues to people who were slave owners, who were considered heroes at one point,
like
depending
Jefferson,
on how you look.
Yeah.
Well, I can tell you what else he did. I can tell you what else Thomas Jefferson did. Right?
Being a slave owner was not the unique thing about Thomas Jefferson.
And the second thing is that once they realized that these people, according to history, were not really the heroes that they had been portrayed as.
They absolutely are the heroes.
They realized that they had did awful things to people who did not deserve it, who could not speak for themselves.
You're speaking freely because of people like Jefferson.
I'm speaking freely because I'm a free black woman and I'm allowed to speak freely.
With the First Amendment.
And the reality is that they may have overcorrected, but right now they're overcorrecting in another way. The fact that Trump is putting his name on every single thing and you want to normalize it like it's normal tells me that you're the problem and not the solution. This man's mental acuity is off. He clearly is unstable and no one's talking about it. You have a walk of fame and you're talking about other presidents in a derogatory way. This is the highest office in the land. And I'm just going to go back to the basis. What he's done is disrespected it. And people such as yourself want to normalize that behavior. And what Maria Shriver was suggesting was like, this isn't funny anymore. Let's take a look at what's happening. You can't normalize this behavior. This is one of many things that this president has done that should